starch presence. The same experiment is conducted. Then what we find? Only the change of the leaf color where the black paper is not present, and the change of color is not present where the leaf is covered with black paper. Nothing but no confusion. When black paper is covered, light is not fallen. So there is no formation of starch. There is no formation of carbohydrate molecule. So there is no formation of bluish color, bluish black color when iodine tincture or betadine solution is added. Hence proved, what is the inference that? Hence proved that light is essential for photosynthesis. Isn't it? Is it clear, children? Right. Then coming to the next one, we had to write a note of those. Burner should not be kept on, and paper should be, next note is paper should be kept on upside and downside of the surface of the leaf, like that. Okay, carbon dioxide is essential for the photosynthesis procedure. Carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis procedure. For this, KOH solution is involved in apparatus. Okay, the same experiment, 72 hours starvation, and then later 6 hours the plant should be kept in sunlight with a leaf without detachment. It has to be kept in a split cork of jar having potassium hydrochloride solution. Okay. A jar with potassium hydrochloride solution must be kept in sunlight with a support such that half of the leaf is in the jar, half of the leaf is outside the jar. What happens now? The jar is removed after 6 hours. Photosynthetic procedure is carried out and the leaf is removed and the leaf is detached. Now when the whole of the procedure, again presence of starch experiment is conducted on this also, then what we find that half of the leaf gets color changed and half doesn't change. The part which is present in the KOH solution containing bottle doesn't change any color. Why? Because carbon dioxide is absorbed. The carbon dioxide which is present in the jar is absorbed by the potassium hydroxide solution. That is why there is no formation of starch and there is no change of color in the leaf part. Okay, right. Coming to the next one, water is essential. Inference should be written for carbon dioxide molecule. Hence carbon dioxide is essential for photosynthesis. Right. Coming to the next one, you have to write a note also. The next one, water is essential for photosynthesis. Nothing but a small experiment where you have to do experiment starved for about many days without giving only water. What happens to the plant? It dies off. Nothing but proving what water is essential for photosynthesis. Right. Next one. Later on, chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. For this procedure, we have to know what is a croton plant first. Croton plant. The apparatus must be taken such that a variegated leaf. What is a variegated leaf? A variegated leaf is nothing but a leaf where half of the leaf should be in one color and half of the color should be in another color. Internal part, not internal part, but some of the part of the leaf part is in green color and the other part will be in yellowish color, blue color, pink color, like that. Okay, such a leaf is variegated leaf. Such type of leaf should be taken and connected for about, the potted plant with variegated leaf must be taken. It has to be starved for about 72 hours and then later again 6 hours it has to be kept in sunlight for photosynthetic procedure, and whole of the again starch in plant experiment must be done. Then what we infer? Nothing but chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. Why? Only the green colored part of the plant will change in color. changes its color into bluish black color, but the other part of the plant leaf doesn't change due to absence of chlorophyll, indicating that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. Then later you have to infer that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. And then later coming to the experiment, what is the relation between air and photosynthesis? There is a small experiment where bell jar is taken, mice is taken, mint plant is taken, a candle is taken, like that. Okay, and this is conducted by Joseph Priestley. Wherein the bell jar is taken and kept under it, a light candle is taken, a mint is taken, and mice is taken. Okay. 4. And coming to the experiment, the experiment is conducted such that a lit candle is taken and a candle is kept under the bell jar. When it is kept under the bell jar, sometime later the candle puts off. In the same manner, when a mice is kept under the plant, under the bell jar, then that mice defecates, not defecate, sorry, due to not defecation actually, that mice dies due to suffocation, not defecation, I'm sorry, due to suffocation that dies, due to lack of oxygen that mice dies. And later coming to the mint plant, when mint plant is kept in the bell jar, the bell jar has oxygen in it, and then later when a candle and mint is kept, the candle burnt brightly without putting off. And when mice is kept under bell jar with a mint plant in it, then mice lived happily without any change. In the same manner, when a mint plant is kept with a candle burning and with a mice in it, then both of them has continued their processes properly without any change when a mint plant is kept under the bell jar. So it showed that there is a relation between air and photosynthesis. And this is the experiment which is given by Joseph Priestley, and it is also known as bell jar experiment or mice experiment or mint plant experiment. Okay, coming to the next experiment, oxygen evolution from plant during photosynthesis. Oxygen evolution from plant during photosynthesis. This is first given by Ingenhousz, wherein Ingenhousz conducted an experiments while he was working with the plant Hydrilla in the year 1739. He found that oxygen is evolving during the process of photosynthesis. How? When he observed water plant Hydrilla. When Hydrilla was kept in under the water, only the light, when light is there, the plant used to produce bubbles of oxygen in the water, which are coming or moving upwards onto the surface during the light time or daytime, during the daytime. But later, when there is no light or during the night time, the procedure doesn't take anymore, and the whole process is a reverse process. So when he conducted the experiment by taking a Hydrilla plant, keeping it in beaker and a funnel placed in upside down, and Hydrilla plant floating in that, and a test tube is taken such that water level is lower than the beaker level, and then later when the experiment is conducted, the level in the beaker increases, and the level in the test tube decreases due to the presence of oxygen molecules released by the plant during the procedure of photosynthesis. Okay? Okay. Oxygen is evolved from plant during the process of photosynthesis is hence proved. Okay. Coming to next one, the rate of photosynthesis changes with light. The rate of photosynthesis changes with light. In this experiment, the rate of photosynthesis is conducted on algae plants by means of which by sending a light wavelength, different wavelength light. Okay, for the first time, Engelmann has conducted experiments on this plant and said that the rate of photosynthesis changes with light. When a blue light and red light are falling on the plant, on the green colored plant or green colored containing chlorophyll containing algae, then the algae the algae has been concentrated more at the blue light, at the red colored light rather than blue light. Why? Because of the intensity of light is more in red colored light rather than blue colored light. This showed that the rate of photosynthesis changes with light. This is given by Engelmann. Okay. This till now only 1/3 part of the textbook is completed. Nutrition under the nutrition lesson, only 1/3 part of the lesson has been completed till now. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to me. If you like my video, please do like, share, comment. Thank you so much to my channel.